Very good morning to one and all. We are beginning The Tempest, Act 1, Scene 1. Before entering into The Tempest, let me warn you, let me tell you something, or it is like an alert. We studied Merchant of Venice in the 10th standard, and as you know, it is a light-hearted romantic comedy. Tempest also, I told you, it is comedy, but there are a lot of differences between the two plays. Tempest is a highly complex play. It has a lot of themes, a lot of elements like supernatural elements, magical elements, and political conspiracies are there, palace conspiracies are there. So what you have to do, you have to give more concentration to the drama, to the dialogues, because our literature paper also have some differences from our 10th standard paper to literature. Paper to literature in +1, section A, drama questions only for 20 marks. And section B, prose, poetry, drama. There you have choice. Understood? So, Tempest, we should give more concentration, we should give more attention to this play. And this play is a little bit difficult than The Merchant of Venice. Are we ready to enter into the story? Okay. So, the title Tempest, it is the meaning you already know. It is a severe storm. And it is not the physical storm. The inner storm in the minds of the characters, in the mind of Prospero, in the mind of other main characters also, their emotions. How a furious storm is transformed into calmness, into peace. Like that, the turbulent emotions in the mind of Prospero, he gives or he diverted his emotions into a different path. And that path was the path of reconciliation and the path of forgiveness. So this is the inner storm in the minds of characters. We can see the physical storm or the storm created by the supernatural element Ariel in the beginning of the scene only. In Act 1, Scene 1 only we can witness a storm, the tempest. After that, throughout the play, the inner storm is there in the minds of the characters. We can experience that, but it is not literal. Okay, Act 1, Scene 1. And this scene, Act 1, Scene 1, this is the shortest scene in the play. Even though it is the shortest one, this is very much important because it sets the tone of the play. And some interesting hints are given that we can link to the subsequent events that takes place in the play later. So in both ways, this one is the important one. And here we can see the characters. First, master of the ship. Master of the ship means the captain of the ship. And here the second character is boatswain. This boatswain pronounced as boatswain, and he is the officer in charge of the ship after the captain, and mariners are there. And the next characters we can see almost all the important characters of the play are there on board in the ship. They are Alonso, the king of Naples, then Antonio, the present Duke of Milan, that is Prospero's brother, and Gonzalo, a courtier of Naples, and Sebastian, he is the brother of Alonso, the king of Naples. These are the main characters in that ship. So Act 1, Scene 1, almost all the characters are introduced. And this is the only scene that is happening on sea. All the other action is happening in the island. The Tempest, Act 1, scene 1. So the play opens with a scene of shipwreck. On board a ship at sea, a storm with thunder and lightning, enter captain and boatswain. Master of the ship, the captain of the ship and boatswain. Master, boatswain, here master. What cheer? How things are going? Master, good. Speak to the mariners. Fall to it early, or we run ourselves aground. Be still, be still. So he is giving instructions, and all the instructions that are given by the captain, by the boatswain to the mariners, all are giving us a clear evidence that Shakespeare is very much familiar with the language of the sailors, because he has, as a playwright, he has a keen observation what is happening around him. So all the dialogues of the mariners are very correct, intact. He has used it very correctly. Speak to the mariners, fall to it early, quickly, or we run ourselves aground. Run aground means we will go to the bottom of the sea. Be still, be still. Be still, be still means do it rightly. Be up and do it rightly. Enter mariners. So after that the captain exit. Now mariners enter. Boatswain, hi my hearts, cheerily, cheerily, my hearts. Yeah, take in the topsail. Tend to the master's whistle. Action, mariners, blow till thou burst thy wind, if room enough. So he is talking to the mariners. At the same time, he is challenging the wind. The boatswain is challenging the wind. He is telling, you can do whatever you can. Try your best. We are also trying our best. So here, blow till thou burst thy wind. It is he is challenging the wind. Blow till thou burst thy wind, if room enough. So we have enough space to challenge with you. We are ready to challenge you. You can also do your best. We will try our best. Enter Alonso, Sebastian, Antonio, Ferdinand, Gonzalo and others. So Ferdinand is the prince. I did not write here Ferdinand's. Ferdinand is also there, the crown prince of Naples, Alonso's son. He is also there. Alonso, good boatswain, have care. Where is the master? Play the men. He is the king of Naples. Alonso is the king of Naples, and he is asking the boatswain where the captain is. So he trusts the captain because such a situation is there. So he wants the captain to deal the situation. That is why he is asking for captain. Where is the captain? Do it rightly. Boatswain, I pray, keep below. So boatswain, he is the officer in the charge of the ship now. So he is telling the passengers to go to their cabins, because if such a situation is occurring, it is not advisable for the passengers to stay on deck. They are told to stay in their cabins. So he is telling, go to your cabins. I pray, keep below. Antonio, where is the master, boatswain? So boatswain, Antonio is asking, where is the captain? Boatswain, do you not hear him? You mar our labor. Keep your cabins. You do assist the storm. You do assist the storm. That means, if you are staying here, in a way, you are helping the storm, not us. So if you want to help us, go to your cabins and stay there. That is the only favor you can do now. We can manage the storm, but you have to remain in your cabins. You mar our labor. You are preventing our duty. You have to stay in your cabins. Gonzalo, nay, good, be patient. So, Gonzalo, the courtier of Naples, he is telling, be patient, don't be so rude. Gonzalo is telling, be patient, you should be more patient. Boatswain, when the sea is. So, he is telling, I will be patient, or I will become patient if the sea becomes calm. So the sea is not calm, so I will not also be, I cannot be patient. Hence, what cares this roar is for the name of king? To cabin, silence, trouble us not. So Gonzalo is telling Bosun to be patient because Bosun is not that much polite to the King of Naples or the Duke of Milan. He is very blunt in the way he speaks to the king and the Duke of Milan. So Gonzalo is telling you should be more patient. You are talking to a king, like that he is giving an instruction. So but the bosun is telling the roars of, what cares these roars for the name of king? Underline this line because this line is very much important. He tells the storm does not care that there is a king on board or there is a king in ship. The storm does not care. Whoever it is, the storm does not care. To cabin, silence, trouble us not. So please do not trouble us. You go to your cabins back. Gonzalo, good. Yet remember whom thou hast board. But you have to remember who is there on the board. So you have to save the precious lives of the king. Sorry. Bosun, none that I more love than myself. You are a counselor. If you can command these elements to silence and work the peace of the present, we will not hand a rope more. So Bosun is challenging Gonzalo. He is telling you are a counselor of the state and you have a certain authority. And if you can command these elements into control, if you can control the storm, do that. We are not doing anything. Otherwise, so he is telling, if you can command these elements to silence, if you can control this storm and work the peace of the present, if you can control this storm, we will not hand a rope more. We will not do anything. We will no longer work at the rope. So with the ropes and all, they are trying hard to control the storm. At that time, these people are coming and interfering in their work. So he is a little angry about that. Use your authority. So to Gonzalo, Bosun is telling, use your authority, use your power to control the storm. If you cannot, give thanks you have lived so long and make yourself ready in your cabin for the mischance of the hour, if so hap. If it so hap. So if you cannot do that, please stay back in your cabins and thank God that you have lived these long years. So pray to God, go to your cabin and pray to God to save your lives. Cheerily, good hearts, out of our way, I say. At the same time, he is talking to the mariners, he is telling, do your work, and he is giving instructions to them also. Exit. Gonzalo, I have great comfort from this fellow. Methinks he hath no drowning mark upon him. So Gonzalo is telling, I have great confidence in this fellow. Methinks he hath no drowning mark upon him, and I think he is not going to drown. He is not going to die on sea. His complexion is perfect gallows. So he has a taste and his face looks like that he is not a person to be drowned, but he is a person to be hanged. He has a rude behavior. That's why Gonzalo is telling his complexion is much better to be the person who should be hanged. His complexion is perfect gallows. Gallows, I hope you remember in Patriot and all we have studied gallows. Perfect gallows means good indication of being born to be hanged. So he is a person who has born to be hanged. Stand fast, good fate, to his hanging. Gonzalo is telling to fate. Fast, stand fast, good fate, to his hanging. So, fate, you should be very much designed that he should be hanged. Keep to your design that he should be hanged. his destiny our cable. So the mariners are using some ropes to control the storm. So the same rope we can use for or the same rope we can use to hang the bosun. Make the rope of his destiny our cable for our own though little advantage. Now it is coming to our help. The ropes are coming to our help. The same rope we can use to hang the bosun because of his rude behavior, because of his arrogance. If he be not born to be hanged, our case is missing. And if that person is not destined to be drowned, we all will be saved. Otherwise, we all will be drowning very fast. Re-entered bosun. Bosun, down with the topmast. Here, lower, lower. Bring her to try with main course. A cry within. A plague upon this howling. They are louder than the weather or our office. He is giving instructions to the mariners. At that time, he hears a cry within, inside the ship. A plague upon this howling. A plague upon this howling. It is a cursing word. They are louder than the weather or our office. So when we perform our duties, we are not making this much sound. Why these people are doing this? It is, they are louder than the weather or our office. So they are louder. They are making louder noise than the weather or us who are doing our duty. Re-entered Sebastian, Antonio and Gonzalo. Yet again, what do you hear? Shall we give over and drown? Have you a mind to sing? So when they come again, he became very much angry and he is asking why you are here again. Do you want to drown? Sebastian, are you ready to die? Sebastian, a plague on your throat, you bawling, blasphemous, incharitable dog. Please remember all these phrases that are used for the bosun. So Sebastian is using a lot of adjectives, a lot of phrases to mention him. A plague on your throat, you bawling, blasphemous, incharitable dog. Bosun, work you then. Then you do the work. Bosun is angry. The bosun seems very much angry with the people on board, and at the same time he is trying very hard to control the storm. He is giving the instructions to the mariners, and I think we can stop here. And although it is a very short one, we will finish this scene in the next class. Thank you all. Read it well.